I'm a hustler. I'm an entrepreneur. Whatever I don't have, whatever is taken away from me that God don't want me to have, I'm going to get back.
Guys, didn't you already forget about Wendy Williams' ex-husband Kevin Hunter? Well, his epic life saga keeps giving. Now, there are some messiest updates coming. Kevin Hunter, who used to be living large, is now facing a downward spiral that's making even the messiest divorces look like child's play. As you know, Kevin is now homeless, folks. He's out there for some desperate need of doctors and drowning in debt, and to top it all off, he might be dodging a little jail time. But guess what? He's navigating through his challenges like a real hustler, and apparently this man has secured himself a bit of finance.
When the heat comes, you have to rise to the occasion, and we're going to turn this hate into great.
While our attention has been elsewhere, Kevin recently had the nerve to get the court to listen to his tales of wrongful termination from the producers of The Wendy Williams Show. I mean, seriously, dude, do you ever give it a rest? But wait, there's more. This guy is also entangled in another legal showdown that might just land him behind bars. I mean, he's going to need every penny he can get to crawl out of this mess. He even had the nerve to put his $1.3 million house up for sale, and he's been juggling loans on luxury cars. Yep, guys, it's the same Kevin who once bought houses and lived in them with his fiancée Sharina Hudson. But his life that once used to be a fairy tale is now a never-ending nightmare full of courts, hearing, and lawsuits.
It was a scary sign. From then, they would put certain things in place in case it gets worse or whatever.
But I mean, who hasn't that result coming for him? After all, we are talking about Kevin Hunter, the man who dared to sue his ex-wife, claiming he's absolutely dependent on her alimony checks despite their marital settlement agreement saying otherwise. The pathetic lamenting of this grown-up man got us all wondering if there's any shred of dignity inside Kevin. He dared to beg his sickly ex-wife to pay his bills, saying my car insurance hasn't been paid as a result of not receiving monthly severance payments. I'm behind on credit card payments because I have no money since the severance payments were suspended. At the same time, as he dragged his wife to court over unpaid alimony, this man decided to squeeze more coins from Debmar and slap them with a lawsuit for wrongful termination, claiming that he deserves some recognition and monetary compensation for his role as an execute producer of The Wendy Williams Show.
I can't stand and just watch it happen, right? Knowing I was such a great part of this legacy and this history and this.
Oh, Kevin Hunter just couldn't resist the way he was treated. Every time when he drags himself into the spotlight, it's just another episode of his life drama. And in his latest act, Kevin found himself in court yet again, putting on quite the show to continue those alimony checks that Wendy so generously cut off. However, seeing that his trick with Wendy's money is not working, and she herself has no access to her millions, the man became the standing joke on social media. And while his image and reputation and image was collapsing with every new word coming out of his mouth, he really felt like it's him against the world.
I can tell you that it was real disheartening. Most of the people would not reach out to really see if you're doing good.
At this point, many people keep asking, what on earth was this man thinking when he tried to pull his scheme and ride on Wendy's back for the rest of his life? And even more, with his complete absence of shame, he even expected his ex-wife to sponsor his and his baby mama's lives. Ever since the details of this story got out, netizens have been slamming Kevin on social media. As one person commented, he really thought he was going to ride off into the sunset with that lady money. And another user added, don't nobody care about you, Kevin. You thought Wendy was going to take care of you and your H for the rest of y'all lives. The joke is on you, brother. But you see, guys, although Kevin thought he had it all planned, his scheme miserably failed, and it's when he decided to switch the tactics. He decided to take a swing not at his wife, but at the Wendy Williams Show and filed a jaw-dropping $10 million lawsuit against the production company, claiming that the whole notion of show was his intellectual property.
They always looked at me as like a enemy.
According to Kevin, he was the secret sauce behind the show's success from 2007 to 2019. As he claimed in his quite controversial interview with the West Side Gazette, it's clear to say that after I left, the show tumbled hard. My intellectual property of the creation of the Wendy Williams Show and how it had to come across was key. They would not have experienced the success they had without me. Well, it looks like Kevin Hunter is determined to make his divorce from Wendy Williams even messier, and he was eager to get his allegedly fair share of the millions to keep living his opulent lifestyle. He was out there claiming credit for everything under the sun, from iconic show segments like Hot Topics to Wendy's famous shoe com. And according to him, the show would fail after the first season without his guidance.
I wasn't just there in name only. I immersed myself, and like I said, in every department. I solved many situations. There were many situations where they didn't know how to deal with our people.
So Kevin playing his I was the secret sauce card, saying he had the final say on guests, boosted ratings, developed media contacts, and even bridged the gap with the African American community. You know, guys, he has basically claimed himself the king behind the purple chair. But even though the show eventually hit the rock bottom and was canceled, Kevin didn't give up on chasing for whatever he thought he rightfully his. Apart from whining about the treacherous moves of the company, he dared to suggest the producers of the Wendy Williams show planned to use elements of the show on Sherri Shepherd's new talk show. Basically, he told that his firing was kind of biased and it was not all about his failing marriage to Wendy and not about the quality of his work.
To realize that, okay, even if you're gonna remove me out the picture, cool, because you think I'm the source, you remove me out the picture.
So Kevin is on a legal quest once again, and it looked like he's getting closer to his ultimate goal, to reach the money he had been dreaming of for so long. As his lawyer mentioned after the hearing, the termination of Kevin was based strictly upon his marital status and his impending divorce to the show's host, ignoring all of the contributions that Date to Kevin made to make the show a success. But it's not like Kevin is already pocketing those 10 millions he's claiming from Debmar. The insiders are claiming that numerous ongoing legal cases left him homeless, broke, and maybe facing jail. His story is like watching a train wreck in slow motion, and it's so hard to look away.
I was served divorce papers, fired from management, and fired from the show all in the same day.
Now, with this hustle against Debmar having a big chance to fail, the rumor mill is saying that he's doing this as an attempt to worm his way back into Wendy Williams' life and, more importantly, her bank account. We all know that Wendy's health has taken quite a hit, and some folks around her seem to be more interested in squeezing every last dollar from her than ensuring her well-being. As her son, Kev Jr. believes the people surrounding her aren't prioritizing her health and are pushing her to keep making money. According to him, Wendy needs to get better, but there's a money-making aura around her that Kevin Sr. seems to be drawn to.
I know what I signed up for.
Right.
Everybody might think, oh, but the bag. It's not all about the bag all the time.
As for Kevin's current troubles, it's a real puzzle. It's so hard to believe that he's genuinely intend to patch things up with Wendy. So far, this looks like just a well-calculated move to sneak back into her life and her wallet. But here's the most important part, guys. If things somehow go Kevin's way, he might pocket some money from the producers of the Wendy Williams show and reclaim himself victorious in the entire money drama. But let's not forget, Kevin is currently homeless and alone, which isn't exactly a rosy picture. As for his lawsuits, who knows where they'll lead? They might just drag him deeper into the legal quagmire and bury him in debts even more than now.
That a person would need going through this severe amount of crisis. I almost begged them.
The bottom line is, this soap opera of a divorce just keeps on rolling, and let's wait for the next plot twist. This mess keeps giving, and it's now a tragic tale of love, money, and lawsuits collide in one place. However, there's one thing for sure. There's no sympathy for Kevin in people's hearts. As one person commented on social media, he's scrapping the bottom of the barrel for money. And I feel him. It's hard out here, but you can't do people wrong and accept God to bless you. And another user added, Kevin deserves to be both homeless and hipless. He brought Wendy much grief and emotional pain, which was unbearable along with public embarrassment. Well, at this point, Kevin's behavior seems to be quite disturbing, and I bet it may result in some serious problems in the future. And now, I have $1 million question for you guys. What do you think about Kevin's future prospects? Will the man who lost his last shreds of dignity also lose his freedom? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to check my other videos. Well, that's it for now.